Right there, guys. See that? Yellow jacket nest. We'll back the camera up. There we go. That was my little surprise when I was cutting the grass today. Luckily for me, I just happened to pull the lawnmower out of here before they had a chance to light me up. And when I hit the nest, I came back with the lawnmower, didn't even know they were there. I had to shut the lawnmower off to move some stuff around, and then I happened to see these little bastards, their wings glistening in the sun. When you're in the South and you hit a short-tempered redneck-ass yellow jacket's nest, they will not hesitate to eat you up for everything you're worth. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal with these things, and I'm going to show you the best way to handle these guys without getting stung. And here's what we're going to do. Now right now it's a little bit after 8 p.m. I'm going to wait for all of the stragglers to go back to the nest. I'll come back out here around 10-ish, somewhere around there. By this time they'll all have went back to their glory hole. Now I won't be using anything store-bought. I won't have to use any kind of bee repellent or anything like that. All you need for a nest is about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of gasoline, and I've already marked their glory hole. Being out in the country, I've been lit up quite a few times with yellow jackets, especially on the riding lawnmower. Oddly enough, for the last couple of 3 or 4 years, I really haven't had to deal with any of them. And if I see a nest and it's away from the house and it's not any place where I'm going to be residing or doing stuff, I don't really worry about it. But when they're on top of me like this next to the house, especially next to the water spigot, they gots to go. So they will be going tonight. So on that note, I'm going to sign this camera off, and we're going to sneak out here tonight with the flashlight. And I'm going to show you how Paw Paw deals with these little bastards. Okay, it's 10:30, and I've got me a little bit of gasoline in a mason jar. This is what I'm going to be using to get them with. Don't know if you guys can pick up on the lightning or not, but we got a nice country fried electrical storm getting ready to roll in. So I figured I better get out here now and gas these bees before they get supercharged with this stuff. So I'm going to pause out, walk around into the yard, and I'll examine the nest before I even make an effort to pour this gas into it. I'm going to make sure that there's nothing outside of it. Normally there isn't, normally there shouldn't be. Okay guys, there's the glory hole. Take a standby, because I'm going to have to do this with one hand while I hold the flashlight with the other one and try to get this gas poured in. Here we go. That's it. They're done. I don't know if the camera picked up on it, but for a half a second, I heard bees buzzing. They're done. They're finished. They're history. And they're not coming out of this thing here. I see people go out and try to light the nest on fire with gasoline. You know, you don't do that. It takes very little fuel to do what I just did right here. I put about maybe a half a cup, and that's being generous. They're done. Okay, we're back. It's the following day. It's right around 7:30 p.m. Let's get a close-up look at this nest. Let's see if there's any activity around this glory hole. None. Nada. They're finished. Now, I have seen one whole yellow jacket that was flying around here earlier today. He went into the hole and realized, hey, something's not right, and then he left. Looks like we're good. Looks like I don't have any back doors and anything that's going to come back and surprise me all of a sudden when I get out here and weed eat, which is a wonderful thing. Now, on a serious note, I was talking to somebody last night. They know somebody that got tangled up with these little monsters. They had a nest around one of their bushes at their house, and they were trimming on it with a pair of hedge trimmers. And of course, you don't hear them flying if you got noise going around, especially if you're 60 or 70, you don't necessarily hear it. And by the time he realized what happened, they had lit him up and he had to go to the emergency room. He swelled up and couldn't breathe, and so he had to go to a trip to the hospital. That just goes to show you, these things are no joke. Anytime I see them around the house or any place where I reside or our outside animals reside, I deal with them and I don't waste any time whatsoever with this. Now hopefully this little trick that I showed everybody how to deal with these things, should you have this issue, now you know how to deal with them without having to go spend $10 or $15 on any kind of bee spray. You really don't want to try to tag them in the middle of the day because you want to wait for them all to go back to the nest. That's the ticket, to get as many of them as you can in one swoop. All right, Flash 001 USA, hopefully this video would help some of you all. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.